You see, there's a video I've done before, and inside that video, I was explaining how you could monitor embryo transfer if you do IVF. In that video, I said 48 hours after the embryo transfer, a woman could do beta HCG, quantitative, progesterone, and estradiol. Then, maybe like five days, these tests could be repeated to monitor the level of these three hormones. If after the embryo transfer and you are not given HCG hormone, then if you discover that there is a rise in beta HCG quantitative after 48 hours, that shows that the embryo you received germinate or implant in your endometrium, that means in the lining of your womb. If you do progesterone after 48 hours of embryo transfer and your progesterone reach above 12 nanogram per ml, it means at that point in time, the body is still stable. If your estradiol is between 200 and 300, then that means the lining of the womb is stabilized to support the implantation. You see what I'm explaining in this video? I don't think it's the practice of professionals in Nigeria. I don't think so. And if some of you are asking me, where do you discover this? Then I can tell you for free that in the line of practice, my exposure to fertility diagnosis through tests, I understood that it is necessary for these three hormones to be monitored after embryo transfer, because I believe that majority of women that have failed IVF procedure, some of them along the line, they tested positive. That means what I mean is the beta HCG in their body read above 10 nanogram per ml. This means the implantation is ongoing. There is a sign of pregnancy. But for that 2 weeks that they will do the test and they now tested positive, what happens is there is a loss in endometrial receptivity, the ability of the womb to support and carry that implantation to the end. Then the patient will come down with pregnancy. What I'm explaining in this video, for the sake of professionals, it is my own opinion. Because people now start asking me, how do you know this? Go and bring the studies. Let us know the journals. I'm telling you, it is my own opinion. But whoever tries it will understand what I mean. Estradiol is the hormone that promotes and regulates the menstrual period. This is hormone too that helps in ovulation of a woman. And these estradiol help in endometrial lining development to support implantation. Don't forget, so some of you have done IVF in the past. You know that they give you a drug to prepare your endometrium. What is the name of the drug? Progenova. It is derivative of estradiol. If you do IVF and you try these three tests that I'm explaining in this video, you will know along the line if your body is responding, despite the fact that injections, the drugs, and everything they give you to support your womb. What that is luteal phase. But you may ask me that what I'm explaining inside this video, professional doesn't do it. And why? All of us Maybe you know that Google is our friend. Some of you have read wide that when you do IVF, don't do this, don't do that, don't move about. And if they ask you to come and do tests after 48 hours of embryo transfer, and something happen along the line, won't you say it is the professional that asked you to leave your house? That is why the procedure failed. But I can tell you, I've seen cases whereby even I see somebody that is, for you that is living in Lagos, somebody is entering vehicle from Sango to Ikeja to monitor embryo transfer. I can tell you for free, she's pregnant. But if the woman do not believe in monitoring her process this way, and the procedure of faith, do you know that the narration will now be like, because he's moving about, that is why the procedure of faith. But now, that woman came down with pregnancy. She has triplets. These 3 tests is important. You see, estradiol, if after the embryo transfer and your estradiol is going down, it's a signal that your womb is losing receptivity. Progesterone and estradiol, these 2 hormones are very important to stabilize the endometrial lining, to support implantation and to help maintaining healthy pregnancies. So, as at day 1 of embryo transfer to day 10 of embryo transfer, most important hormone in that 10 days is estradiol and progesterone. If you know a good professional who can interpret this result for you, they will tell you if your womb is responding to support pregnancy or not. Even if the professional creates a good embryo, grade A, whatever, grade 1 of embryo, give you 3, give you 4, give you 5, no, give you 3, give you 2, give you 1. What becomes that embryo is when it gets to your womb. That is why the IVF procedure is not 100%, because nobody knows how your womb will behave. The fact that a lot of tests have been done, they prepare your womb, but until your womb sees an embryo created from outside your body, nobody knows how your womb will behave. But these 3 tests I'm talking about will help you to monitor that procedure. To my best of knowledge, and it is my own opinion, this test is important for everybody that is on IVF procedure after embryo transfer. Look, me too, I'm afraid of suggesting that test to anybody, because if you start coming from your house after 5 days, a procedure of faith now, will you believe that it is not coming that make that procedure to fail? But do you know that if you do these 3 tests, within that 14 days, the way I'm explaining, even if your procedure of faith, professional have the full knowledge of what happened to a good embryo that is transferred to your body. The information from these 3 tests will let them know at what point your womb lost receptivity. Beta HCG, estradiol, and progesterone. God will help us. Somebody called me and said, Baba, you didn't ask me to do this test. I said, yes. If they ask you to come from your house to come and do this test, by the time you test negative, you turn to the table and said, now you make my procedure of it, because I've Googled it, I've heard from so many places, they said anybody that do IVF doesn't move about. To the best of my knowledge, if the embryo is transferred to your body, within 1 hour or 2 hours, it has embedded in your endometrium if the endometrial lining is very good. I don't want to start saying things that professionals will say I'm talking rubbish. All those, don't go here, don't go there. Some of you wanted to move in the house. You carry your belly like this. As you say, the embryo will fall from your body. To me, it's not needed. God will help us. I think one day someone somewhere will start thinking about this I'm talking about. Any scholars, researchers can take up this and work on it. Estradiol, progesterone, and quantitative beta ECG could be used as a tools to monitor embryo transfer. My name is Wojo Adekende Samuel. I'm a practicing fertility scientist, a brand ambassador for Fertility. Till I come your way next time. God is good. Bye.